Yo, it's RK Future, and today I want to talk about a series that has had a rough few years, and that's Dead or Alive by Team Ninja. It's a fighting game, and it's one of my favorite fighting games of all time. I think DOA 4 is one of the greatest games ever made, one of the greatest fighting games ever made. The tag team system, brilliant masterpiece. Game looks great. DOA 3 is also incredible. Um, but there's a few things that have been happening lately in the news, and these things are kind of all culminating to a potential Dead or Alive 7. And I want to hear your thoughts. I want to let you know if you're hyped for this. Are you a DOA fan? Do you think it'd be able to compete in 2025 with Tekken 8 and Virtua Fighters competition? But let's first start off with the big news, right? So Koei Tecmo is undergoing some major management changes. They have appointed a new CEO effective April 2025. He's been with the company a long time. It's Hisashi Konuma, and his leadership could very well mean the implementation of a new Dead or Alive fighting game. Right? This is according to the news on gaming industry, and so a new DOA game could be on the horizon. If you weren't aware, there is a Dead or Alive game dropping in March 2025. It's called Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation Prism. Now, of course, this is not a fighting game. This is a romance game, for lack of a better term. And this basically confirms, in my opinion, that Koei Tecmo still sees a lot of value in the DOA IP. Despite the franchise's recent decline in mainstream popularity, they're still going to invest and release a new DOA game. And this is a great way to sort of prime the audience and get fans kind of reinterested in the series and to get them sort of talking about the game. And even though DOA hasn't been in the forefront of the fighting game scene lately, and DOA 6 received criticism for its aggressive DLC model back in 2019, Koei Tecmo clearly recognizes there's still an audience for it. Yes, DOA Extreme isn't a fighting game. It focuses more on the fan service side, I know that, but it's still an opportunity to reintroduce the characters and keep the brand relevant. I think it's a great way to just get DOA back in the news. If you can check the comments on the trailer and related news videos about this, fans are already saying that they hope that they make a new fighting game. This is a clear sign that DOA is far from dead. It's just waiting for the right moment to make a comeback. Okay, so now if we look at DOA 5 and we look at everything set up for the next DOA games, DOA 6, DOA 5, Virtua Fighter 6, Tekken 8, right? There's a lot going on, right? And I think all of this just basically means good news for Dead or Alive, right? New CEO, new DOA game, okay? Tekken 8 is thriving relatively. Virtua Fighter 6 is confirmed to be in development, and we've already seen some footage of the game. We've seen some demo footage of the game. The overall fighting game genre is seeing a resurgence. Fighting games go through this sort of cycle every few years where they kind of lose popularity and then they regain popularity. And this is the perfect time, I think, for DOA to return, because I think 3D fighting games will sort of grow back in popularity again. DOA to me has always been the most accessible of the 3D fighters. It's easy to pick up but difficult to master. If Team Ninja refines the core mechanics and avoids unnecessary gimmicks and focuses on the competitive depth, they double down on the fan service, which I guess some fans love, without taking away from the core gameplay, I think they could carve out and regain their niche in the FGC. And I think that this could fill gaps that Tekken doesn't, right? Maybe more dynamic movement, more better environmental interactions, deeper character customization, simpler gameplay, more colorful stages. I think that there are areas where Tekken 8 could fall short in comparison to DOA if they play it right, And I think DOA 4, back in I think 07, 08, maybe 2010 or whatever, when that game came out, I mean, it looked noticeably different and had some areas that were better than the latest Tekken at the time, which I believe was Tekken 6. The Ninja Gaiden connection and the bigger picture is something that we also have to talk about here, and I think that it makes DOA 7 or reboot seem very likely. Ninja Gaiden had a 2 remastered. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black got remastered this year, and it was shadow dropped. So Koei Tecmo dropped that, and they had been working on that for a while. They had been working on this behind the scenes, and I just finished the game on Mentor difficulty, and it was a ton of fun. I'll talk about that on the channel. Subscribe if you want to hear my review on Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. But Ryu Hayabusa is a DOA character pretty much. Ninja Gaiden and DOA have always been closely linked. Now we also have Ninja Gaiden 4 confirmed for release in late 2025. Imagine this. They announced DOA 7 in the summer, maybe release DOA or release Ninja Gaiden 4 in the fall, and then either drop DOA 7 shortly after or tease it as a part of, Ninja Gaiden 4's promotion. And maybe they even introduce the new Ninja Gaiden character, the younger character, I forget his name, as a crossover fighter or as a new character in the DOA franchise. I think this would bring action-adventure fans into the DOA fold and reignite interest in the series. When was the last time DOA has had this kind of momentum? If you really think about it, I don't think the last DOA 5 or DOA 6 had a, Ninja Gaiden release to sort of, parallel to that. But now we could be potentially getting that this year. And I think that there's also, something to be said here, right? GTA 6 is rumored to come out this year, and I'm pretty sure all gaming companies kind of want to steer away from that type of game, open world sandbox. They want to create things more linear. Ninja Gaiden 4 is likely to be very linear because Ninja Gaiden games are always very linear. DOA games are, somewhat linear because they're fighting games and you don't really do anything else but fight. And I'm pretty sure that these companies, especially Japanese companies, want to double down on this because they know when GTA 6 comes out, it's going to have a major shift in the industry, and people are going to be looking for something other to play. They don't want to play the hero shooter like Marvel Rivals, some of them. Some of them won't want to play the open world sandbox like GTA 6. They don't want to do Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, or Call of Duty. Let's bring the linear games back. Elden Ring, I think, kind of has, that sort of genre, the Souls-like, really down, and I think that this is a great opportunity for Koei Tecmo. Put in a new CEO, make a new DOA extreme game, which they have coming out in a couple weeks. They remaster the classic Ninja Gaiden to get the old heads, the OGs, back on the game. They're going to release a new Ninja Gaiden 4. Virtua Fighter 6 is about to come out, in a year or two, and then you got a new DOA game, right, to kind of bring everything back together, especially with fighting game tournaments like EVO, right? EVO is expanding globally. It started in the US. Their last tournament, I think last year, was in Las Vegas. They're still doing Las Vegas, but now they're branching out to Singapore. They're branching out to France, right? They're having, and of course, EVO Japan. These fighting game tournaments are becoming more global. More people around the world are going to be playing them. It's going to be a great investment for PlayStation, Koei Tecmo, all these companies to invest more in fighting games. And I definitely think DOA is going to take advantage of that climate. One of the things that DOA has from a marketing standpoint over a lot of other fighting games is that it's very blatant fan service. They got the girls with the jiggle physics, for lack of a better word, and that attracts a lot of the male gamers. It attracts a lot of players. It's a great opportunity for cosplay. Like, it's easy on the eyes. It's a game that's easy to see, and it's easy to play. It's not one of the harder fighting games, and I think that they've always had great graphics and aesthetics overall. So DOA, I think DOA 7 is coming back. I think DOA 7, it might get a reboot. I don't think that they'll do a reboot. I think they'll just call it DOA 7 or something like that. But what do you think? Do you think a new DOA game is on the horizon? Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'm going to say I do not think that we should be counting Dead or Alive out at all right now. I know people were really let down by DOA 6 because some of the aggressive monetization, things like that. But DOA 7 is very, very, very much a possibility, and I would almost guarantee we're going to get a new one announced this year. So stay tuned. Let me know what you think.